Hi everyone, welcome to another productivity talk from the Asian Productivity Organization APO Secretariat, Tokyo, Japan. I am Sheikh Tanveer Hussain of APO Agriculture Unit. Today we will discuss on an important topic, green urban farming, in connection with latest trends of urban agriculture and its contributions to mitigate climate change and enhance productivity. Urban farming is more vital than before, and recently it received a huge attention from the policymakers to the individual level. It is important when food transport is disrupted in situations like COVID-19 and encourage urban dwellers to grow their own foods. It allows people to grow their own quality nutritious food, contributing to food security and stimulating the local economy. The most popular farms are urban farms, community gardens, rooftop plots, and hydro or aquaponics. Today we will discuss how rooftop agriculture can contribute to economic empowerment and food security, and the worldwide business potential of urban vertical farming and the recent trends. We are glad that two eminent resource persons with us today who has long experience on urban agricultural business and overall this sector. Professor Dr. A.F.M. Jamal Uddin, Department of Horticulture, Sher-e-Bangla Agriculture University, Bangladesh. Dr. Jamal has awarded PhD in agriculture degree from Kagoshima University and did postdoc in Gifu University, Japan. He is innovator of couple of urban agriculture technologies for creating business opportunities and anchor of popular 90 minutes schooling program in Bangladesh. Hello, Dr. Jamal Uddin. Thank you for joining with us. How are you today?
Thank you. I am fine here.
Thank you very much for joining with us.
Thank you.
We have another expert today, Mr. Gary Law, founder and Chief Executive Officer of Victory Farm at Rooftop, Malaysia. Mr. Gary is one of the pioneers of urban rooftop vertical farming soilless cultivation in Malaysia since 2016. He received a number of awards from the Minister of Agriculture Malaysia and is speaker of several international events and interviewed as well. Hello, Mr. Gary. Thank you for joining with us.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you all.
Thank you very much, Gary. So before we move to the discussion, I'd like to request audience to leave your questions in the chat box, and we will try to answer them during the Q&A session. Please don't forget to add your name and country while you ask your question. At first, I'd like to request Dr. Jamal Uddin to share your insights on rooftop farming towards food security and how it contributes to adapt with climate change and overall food security. Dr. Jamal, the screen is yours.
I'm sharing my slides and I will talk. Thank you, APO, for inviting me to say something on rooftop agriculture. Actually, this is my opportunity to have the chance to say something about food security. You know, Bangladesh is a densely populated country, and this is the actual aerial view of Dhaka city. This structural development done by destroying all kinds of green coverage of the city. In Bangladesh, a lot of cities of same condition, throughout the world, same condition. Actually, oxygen is decreasing due to reduced natural landscape and green coverage. And also, we are making a structural development like as pavements or roofing. So oxygen is decreasing. And also, we are using the vehicles, air conditioning units, buildings, industrial facilities, and increasing the carbon dioxide. So temperature increased. This is the phenomena of Dhaka city, that is urban heat island. You know, Dhaka city is more temperature like the nearest neighboring cities of Bangladesh. That is 4 to 8 degree temperature is every time is higher than the surroundings. This is the climate change. This is the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals of 13. So this is a crucial issue of throughout the world. Actually, we have to increase the oxygen decrease the carbon, just reverse. Carbon dioxide is increasing, oxygen is decreasing, reverse. We have to increase the oxygen, carbon dioxide decreasing. We have to do the carbon budget. This is our target. This is the SDC 13. What we should do? First time, we have to make the green minds mapping. What? We have to increase the vegetation and we have to reduce the carbon emission. How we can increase the vegetation? Do we have any opportunities in Bangladesh? Yes, we have a lot of space still. That is roadside plantation, plant factory development, Spirulina development in rooftop agriculture, rooftop vertical gardening, hydroponics, aquaponics, a lot of opportunities in rooftop. And also we have to reduce the carbon emission by afforestation. So this is our challenge. So rooftop agriculture. Rooftop agriculture, two benefits we get. One is temperature reducing and crop yield. We are getting the additional yields from the rooftop. So two SDC 2 and SDC 13, they are fulfilling. That is temperature decreasing and crop yield increasing. What kind of crops we can produce in the rooftop? Very interesting. All kinds of crops, fruits, vegetables, and flower also. All kinds of crops are possible to produce in the rooftop. And also the medicinal plants. So this is our target. So we have to make the rooftop a high quality precision agriculture, like we have to automate a drip irrigation system and so on. That is if we want to make the green coverage more and more and crop yield more and more, then we can adopt in vertical garden in rooftop. So rooftop is possible, vertical gardening and hydroponics and aquaponics. We have adopted this one in Bangladesh, especially in Dhaka and near big cities of Bangladesh. And also some of the rooftop gardeners, they make the nursery in rooftop. They are selling their plantlets, seedling, grafted plants, and tissue culture plants also in the rooftop. This is a very good opportunity for the rooftop growers. And new era is spirulina. If you produce the spirulina, this is the superfood in the rooftop, then you can get a lot of money, and it is a very new entrepreneur development scope in Bangladesh. So all of the production, we have to go under the good agricultural practice, that is GAP, because we need the safe vegetable, we need the safe fruits, we need safe spirulina. That is an environment friendly. So this is our motto. That is, we have developed a group of Facebook-based group, Green Bangladesh. A lot of people, a lot of gardeners are engaged in this Green Bangladesh, and they are getting the technology from the groups, technology, training, and plantlet, saplings, everything they are getting, and they are producing there in the rooftop. Because GAP, they are producing the safe vegetables and fruits in the rooftop. During the before pandemic, we have to gather in the some place and we share the technologies and everything. But this pandemic condition, during the pandemic condition, we are now providing the technology and trainings through online. That is 90-minute schooling. A lot of people of Bangladesh, lot of gardeners getting the technical support from this 90-minute schooling. So this is a good source of knowledge and source of training, everything. You can see the photographs. That is, we are providing a lot of seedling and sapling as free. This is the motto of Green Bangladesh. So, first time, rooftop gardening, a roof, a farm. This is our motto, a roof, a farm. All things we will produce in the rooftop, we will produce the fresh produces and we will consume. So, it will ensure the nutritional security. During the pandemic condition, it is very helpful for our rooftop growers. So, they are consuming these fresh produces, and my thinking is it sustainable? If we can make it sustainable, then we have to make it economic benefit. How we can produce it? Every rooftop gardeners, they are consuming their own products, but surplus they will sell. How is it possible? So we need a market channel. This is the market channel is a very this is channel challenge for sustainability of rooftop agriculture. If we cannot develop the market chain, then we cannot survive. So this ferriola, peddler, or hawker, it is our theme that an urban mobile market for commodity farming based on internet of technology or artificial intelligence, just software based everything. So in conventional technique, the normal people are selling their vegetables like this van or cart. But Green Bangladesh, those the people are engaged in the Green Bangladesh with the training, with the help of gap technology, they are producing vegetables and own consumption, and surplus they will provide these vegetables, fruits, and flowers to the van through one apps, that is IoT or artificial intelligence mobile apps. So mobile apps, they will sell their produces, and if they need something, they can collect this one from the mobile. That is their production, they are selling, everything's they are interlinked. So they can get the additional money from this selling their surplus product. This is, you can see these photographs. This is the primary structure of our cart or van, selling vegetables, fruits, flower, and other fresh produces. Like we call this one is Krishi Shapno, the dream of agriculture. I am mentioning here the link. We have provide this technology. We are collecting these vegetables from the rooftop through the internet or mobile apps, and we are selling this one locally with the help of artificial intelligence technology. Who will be the buyer of these vegetables or fruits or medicinal plants from this cart? First of all, working men and women. Those are very busy. Then when they will back home, then they will collect these vegetables from the cart or van. And the house women, they will collect this one by mobile apps. Very easy. Call them and they will collect it. And all citizens also will get the maximum benefit from this cart. And these vegetables are all safe food because we are providing through the Green Bangladesh good agricultural practices for producing the green vegetables and everything. Actually, rooftop gardening is a common term in Bangladesh, but we are thinking economic benefit, then it will be rooftop agriculture. That is towards food security, ensure the food security. And economic return, then it will be sustainable. So two things is very important from our thinking. That is, one is SDC 2, that is food security, and another thing is climate change. If we can produce the vegetables in the rooftops, fruits in rooftops, we will get the food security, and also we will reduce the temperature of Dhaka or big cities, the urban heat island. So it is very important for our developing country or developed country for environmental aspect. Two things, food security and climate change. So this is all about my presentation. Hope you will enjoy. And you know that is those are involved in the rooftop agriculture must be, maybe, all are maximum are women. So women empowerment is important here, and entrepreneurship development is a very scope for rooftop agriculture. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Jamal, for your excellent and insightful presentation. Surely it will give some idea the opportunities of rooftop gardening, at the same time how it can be more promote in the urban agriculture, particularly the city like Dhaka, the most crowded, one of the crowded city in the world actually. So thank you very much for sharing your some innovation and some work. So we will get back to you after during the Q&A session with some question and comments. So now I like to invite Mr. Gary to share your thoughts on worldwide business potential of urban vertical farming. Because so far I know you have a lot of experience of vertical farming and businesses. And you can also like to share the future trends of vertical farming and what are the challenges remains and how it could be a successful business enterprise. So Gary, the screen is yours, please.
Hi everyone, thank you Dr. Tanvir for inviting us, all the way from Malaysia, sharing our perspective on rooftop urban vertical farming. Yeah. So let me share my screen over here. Okay, so thank you everyone. My name is Gary, founder and CEO of Victory Farm at Rooftop Malaysia. So today we're going to talk about worldwide business potential of urban vertical farming. As being mentioned by Dr. Tanvir, these are some of the recognitions and awards that we received, being local and international invitation for speaking engagements, and also MICAP certified by Ministry of Agriculture here in Malaysia, and being featured and on mainstream medias as well. So let's talk into today's topic. What inspires you to come for this P-Talk event? Yeah, you're here because you want to learn everything about vertical farming, hydroponics, aquaponics, aeroponics, bioponics, and etc. You want to make profit in the vertical farming industry. Yeah, you want to tap into vertical farming market opportunity. You want to know how to grow effectively and do business profitably. You want to know how to grow, or you know how to grow, but you don't know how to sell. You are stuck with the current situation and are heading nowhere. Warning, vertical farming may not be for you if you think you know it all. If you don't believe and think this can help, if you're not ready to put in your hard work but expected to be spoon-fed, if you're expecting microwave results, if you're not willing to take calculated risks, and if you're not going to do whatever it takes to become successful, not only in producing but also become a heavyweight industrial player, then this session is not going to help you to achieve anything. Yeah, let's look into vertical farming market size. Bloomberg. That market value to hit 20 billion by 2026. That's from Global Market Insight. Yeah, so far Asia Pac is accounted to be the largest market size during the forecast period. By 2050, 80% of the population live in urban areas. Okay, the demand for food will be unprecedented, and we will need to figure out how to get food to the cities in the most effective way. So therefore, vertical farming is the key to future farming. By entering into vertical farming, the idea of building vertical farms that produce crops 60 to 120 times more per square foot, 40% less power, 80% less food waste, 90% less water. So according to Association of Vertical Farming Infographics, vertical farming uses 0% of soil, 90% of them are harvested, water 95% are recycled, and it can be localized. Like for us, we farm it on the rooftop, then you can farm it almost anywhere. Car parks, schools, abandoned buildings, indoor, outdoor, anywhere. And the best part is that vertical farming in local area, you can reduce the pesticides to up to 0%, because from the infographic itself, around 5.2 billion pounds of pesticide being introduced throughout. Yeah, so that's the benefits of vertical farming. And agriculture is an essential business. The world population will increase to 10 billion by 2050. And we are situated in the region that is surrounded by big populous countries such as China, India, as well as Middle Eastern, Southeast Asian countries. Yeah, countries like Thailand, Vietnam, Netherlands, and are focused on agro-food and successfully become the world's largest food-producing countries. Is now the opportunity? Yes, always. So we have to look into the next 50 years and think about how to transform our agriculture sector, because it's never too late, and because agriculture is an evergreen business. While vertical farming produce more by tapping into the vertical space. 1 square foot can produce up to 120 times more production, all year round production, not affected by flood, drought, climate change. It saves water from runoff, save power, save wastage, save land space, save labor. No soil, no toil, no weed, and no worries. Zero toxic pesticides. That's why many are into hydroponics, aquaponics, aeroponics, urban farming, vertical farming. But there's one big problem. Many paid thousands and some hundreds of thousands but failed in their urban farming business. Why? Here are some of the common mistakes. You know you can grow or produce a lot, but you don't know how to sell your produce or product. Many people think that once they can grow, people will sure come and buy. Am I right? Well, because our growings don't have pesticides, ours are using all natural ingredients to grow, because our veggies are fresh from farm, right? It's a wrong conception, okay? Many are falling into this trap and fail in their farming business. Farming is not business. Understand this. They do not equate. You know how to farm does not mean your business is bulletproof. There are laws or secrets in farming that can be applied in business, but most people did not know these principles or don't know how to apply these laws into their business. Farming is not gardening. Gardening is fun. It's a hobby. It does not require labor work. It's therapeutic. It's eco-friendly. You can grow as many varieties of veggies, but it's only for self-consumption. Farming is manufacturing. Yeah, the veggie you produce are the products you grow or manufacture. Farming requires specialization. When you grow one type of crop, you grow a lot of them and you supply only that crop to the end user. And farmers never grow more than 5 crops in one farm. They will only grow one type in 1 acre to 5 acres of land. And the other, another crop, another section, well, of course, they will never grow small scale. So farmers must not do business like wet market model. Many urban farmers have the idea of supplying to local community, forming a subscription program and charge them a membership fees. Problem is that these city farmers did not do a preliminary market research. The problem with these people is that they thought they can produce, then people will come by. Yes, only for the first few months, and after that, no one will continue, or the dropout rate is high. Why? Consumer habits. We all are used to varieties and options in wet market where we can buy many items. Yeah. Now, case study. Customer A came to urban farm nearby, found it exciting to buy fresh veggies, joined as member. Few months later, never came back. You follow up on calls. They gave many excuses like, why didn't you grow this? Why didn't you grow that? You don't have this, you don't have that. I have to go to the market and buy. So it's okay, never mind. Then the farmer began to grow many more varieties, in that particular farm to cater for this demand. Now, the more growing techniques needed, the more things are needed, more problems arises, more costs incurred, and eventually overwhelm and collapse. So stop before you burn your money. Before you even think of putting money to DIY a vertical farm or someone sell you an urban farm concept, be it even from us, be it hydroponics, aquaponics, aeroponics, you must know the very basics, fundamentals and principles of farming and business separately. And that's why we have this We Farm for Biz agropreneur program. It's all about prepare you to kickstart and then only become a successful agropreneur in vertical farming. So these are the vegetables that we have grown on our rooftop. And we also have what we call the vertical farming system residential model to kickstart for you, to grow small scale, cultivate that cultivation, the farming techniques. And vertical farming fundamentals, you have to master the basics. Be it hydroponics, aeroponics, vermiponics, aquaponics. Right now we are developing bio-vertiponics. What's that? It's a hybrid of combination of cultivation techniques which consists of hydroponic, aeroponic, bioponic into vertical farming system using organic mix, beneficial microbes, probiotics, and as biofertilizer that biodegrades and are more sustainable and eco-friendly. So you have to understand what's the difference in between, crop management, growing, measurement, EC, pH, fertilizing crop scheduling, and many more. So come into business, understand these are the principles that you have to take into consideration. Number one, developing the farming business plan. Like what's the vision, mission, purpose, goals, plans, strategies, organization chart, job functions, market research, customer demographics, market size, penetration. All these have to take into consideration. Analyze it, prioritize it, strategize, improvise, and realize it. Principle number two, developing your marketing strategies and process flow. There are many marketing strategies that you can bring it on board. But which one's suitable for you? You have to test them out altogether. Number three, develop your action plans and implement into a sales funnels. And then number four, develop and implement your business operational plans. Your year one, year two, year three. How do you stabilize? How do you simplify it? And how do you expand it? Principle number five, develop SOP to business administration and farming administration. 2 different administrations that you have to develop. Number six, come into your business financial plans and strategies, your cost analysis, your CAPEX, your OPEX, your return of investments, short-term goals, long-term goals, if not, get a CFO to be on board. Principle number seven, do your business model canvassing strategies. What's your value proposition, your customer segment, your customer relationship channels, revenue stream, key activities, key resources, key partners, cost structures. All these things has to be in place. The why we are doing what we are doing, it's because what we have been mentioning about climate change, land degradation, farm sinkhole, crop diseases, famine, locust swarm, farm flood. So as you can see, United Nations have already developed these sustainable development goals initiatives. So we are on this, to be able to tackle climate change. And you have an important role in creating sustainability for humanity. So my friends, work within the limits, think beyond boundaries, be like water, my friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gary, for your very nice presentation. I'd like to request the viewers to leave your questions, comments in the chat box so that we can raise those questions to our speakers. So between this time, I have one question to Gary. Gary, what inspired or motivated you to become involved in the rooftop vertical farming business?
Well, Dr. Tanvir, specifically speaking, it's urban vertical farming. So be it on a rooftop or car park or wherever. Well, the one reason is that climate change, flood, drought, pestilences, land degradation, and etc. Number two, vertical farming can be done almost anywhere, on rooftops of car parks, schools, factories, indoor, outdoor. Reason number three, the untapped vertical arena. Save a lot of space. You can grow a lot, 60 to 120 times more production in 1 square foot of space. Number four, promoting zero hunger, creating an alternative solution to food security. Number five, creating sustainable cities, being resilient and agile towards unforeseen circumstances. That's my answer.
Thank you very much. Dr. Jamal, have you seen significant changes in the number of city dwellers attempting urban farming during this current pandemic?
Yeah, there is a significant, a lot of, the pandemic condition, the dwellers are very got in the room or house. They have no aesthetic time or free time. They cannot enjoy outside, or they cannot go the hotel or other places. But so they have no job in the home. That is, you can say, that is amusement in home. They have kids, they have old parents, they have no space to free movement. So all the dwellers of Dhaka city, they are thinking how they can make some valuable or quality time, how they can spend. So a lot of people, those are living in the apartments in Dhaka city, they are making the rooftop garden. During this pandemic condition, they are enjoying the rooftop as a pleasure, as a aesthetic value. They are making the rooftop gardens. And I make a survey that is in the, those are selling the plantlets or plants, seedlings, nurserymans, roadside nurserymen. They are saying in the pandemic condition, they are selling a lot of plants. All are involved in the rooftop gardening. So there is a significant influence of rooftop gardening during the pandemic condition.
Yeah, actually, you were rightly mentioned that even the governments to the individual level, actually everybody now very much concerned about the safe food and the local food production and consumption. This is very important. And data shows that 20 to 30% of total agricultural products, actually globally, it was produced from the urban agriculture. So it is
another thing that is, our government has mentioned a thing, a rooftop, a garden. That is a farm. So everyone trying to produce their safe food from their rooftop. This is the very good opportunities for us.
Rightly mentioned that many governments actually now really they are focusing on the urban agriculture and the other related opportunities. Yeah. So, Mr. Gary, actually, you mentioned that several factors can cause urban farming businesses to fail. What are the you like to share some of the tips to how to avoid or overcome those factors?
Well, as mentioned in the presentation just now, the most important thing, a must do for anyone who wish to start up, number one is to master the fundamentals, production and growing skills. It is a must. Number two is that you have to do your due diligence. You have to be patient, don't rush into it, take time to market research and analysis, start small and build your foundation right, and then only plan to scale.
Yeah, thank you. So we get one question from Mr. Kazuki from Japan. And the question is, I think it goes to Dr. Jamal, that Who collects the produced crops and sell in the market?
Oh, this is very interesting. Actually, locally production and locally consumption. That is, rooftop growers will produce their vegetables, fruits, everything, and they will consume. The surplus thing they will produce, they will sell it to the van or cart through mobile apps. And these rooftop gardeners, if they need, that is, someone will sell brinjal, someone need lettuce. So they sell brinjal to the cart and purchase this one lettuce from the cart. That is, they will, the dwellers of Dhaka city, all the garden owners, they will, sometimes they are selling and they are purchasing. So actually benefit, who will get the benefit will get the, that is, all are busy now. So if mobile things, they are searching what kind of vegetables now is available in the cart. So they seeing that is brinjal is available, lettuce is available, cabbage is available here. So just put it and then they can collect this one. So very easy every time. So like as Uber, they can collect everything. Everything's available in that cart. So rooftop growers will sell, and sometimes they will purchase from the cart.
And Mr. Kagohashi also asked about the GAP, good agriculture practice. That how you think that, how maybe you can elaborate that how you can ensure the GAP in the local condition.
Very crucial question, because this is the crucial issue of our safety food. Good agricultural practice is the practice that is, last time we are using the IPM system. Now is good agricultural practice. Everywhere, good seedling, good management, and good production, and good quality of nutrient in the fruit or vegetables. So, good agricultural practice is a combined practice. Sometimes the growers, rooftop growers, they cannot know how to control the insect or how to control the diseases. So, through our 90-minute schooling, we are providing all types of how they can control the insect with the organic technique. That is, when they have to control, when they have to bagging the mango, or when they have to spray the neem oil, and when they have to spray the water, how many water is requirement, everything we are providing through the 90-minute schooling to the rooftop growers. So, good agriculture practice is a practice, combined practice, that we are, and every time we are, this technological knowledge we are providing the farmers, that is rooftop growers. So, without the good agriculture practice, we cannot make the safe food. That is, if rooftop growers use their chemical insecticide and they doesn't know what is the dose, they will excess use of they will create the harmful for the human health, also for the environment. So we are thinking good agricultural practice can maintain through the growers, then we will get the safe food, safe for healthy, safe for environment.
Thank you, Dr. Jamal. We receive another question from Mr. Sato Suzuki from Japan, and his first question to Dr. Jamal, that how can urban farming or rooftop agriculture be commercialized?
Very easy. I am thinking about the Dhaka city. That is, in Dhaka city, we have 2 crore people. They are every time they are purchasing a lot of vegetables, fruits, and flowers from their retail shops. So just mind setup. I will provide everything to the door, from the rooftop to the door. So commercialization techniques based on artificial intelligence and Internet of computer. That is, you can get the all information, what is available in the cart, what will be available in the cart, and what is the when this vegetables is harvested, when the vegetables is insect control, how they control the insect, So everything, if we get every information from the mobile apps, then we'll be interested to purchase the vegetables because it is safe. You do not know when you collect the vegetables from the retail shop, you does not know any information in Bangladesh condition, but you will get the all kind of information about the vegetables and fruits from the mobiles. So from our mobile apps, so you will be confident that this vegetable is very safe for me. So just we will link with the dwellers and the cart using a mobile apps. Very easy mobile apps. Mobile apps.
Thank you very much.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Jamal. Actually, Mr. Suzuki also asked one question to both of you. First, I may ask Gary that how does it relate to tourism and education? That means the vertical and rooftop agriculture. Do you think is there any relation with tourism and education?
Oh yes, definitely. Because why? When you have urban rooftop vertical farming, you increase the people coming to help. For example, not help. In terms of getting businesses, for example, where you have people from overseas, coming to your rooftop, the facility itself, or even that town itself, you have people visiting. So you definitely increase a lot of sales, of production sales from your production. When people come and buy, you pre-pack for them, they are able to see what's actually happening. How does this rooftop farming or urban farming actually works? It amazes them. And then, when you tie up with schools, for example, educations, can be conveyed, knowledge can be conveyed to students, and even inspires them. Look, farmers may not be being painted well. Those were the days, that you have to work with dirty hands or whatsoever in all those soil things. But it can be technologically attractive, where you can see all these vertical farms, you can see all these IoT, smart farming gadgets going on. So yes, both ways, you are able to solve all those issues.
Thank you. Dr. Jamal, do you like to supplement? Or do you like to say?
Yeah, I want to supplement somewhere on with Gary. Gary discuss about all of these issues, but educational purpose. In Bangladesh, we have established a lot of rooftop garden in the primary and high schools. This is a practical classroom for the students. In Dhaka city, they have no practical classroom to know about agricultural practices. This rooftop garden is a very educational, handhold educational technique for the school. Another thing is for the tourism. That is, I see it in Japan. That is, you want to purchase a fish there in the hotel. They are purchasing the fish and they are frying and they are eating. So in Bangladesh also a lot of rooftop garden, rooftop hotel is here, and they are also producing their herbs like a salad, vegetables and condiments. They are producing rooftop, and they are serving these rooftop produces to the hotel customers. And this is a very good scope for us to invite, that is new technology, that we are producing this all vegetables and condiments and salad vegetables in front of you, and we are serving this one to the customers. They will attract it, and this is a good technique for inviting the foreigners or visitors.
Thank you, Jamal. Actually, we received a couple of questions from Mr. Mahalok from Malaysia. I want to take one or two questions from them. First question is maybe to Dr. Jamal, you may like to answer it. How to control the growth of mango and other big fruit trees in rooftop garden?
In Bangladesh, rooftop garden, mango is a very popular fruits in the rooftop, because the rooftop garden, all vegetables, all our fruit trees now is grafted. In previous seasons, times, we found that it's a big tree of mango, but now is very dwarf, 3 feet or 3.5 feet. So grafted tree If we plant this grafted tree in the rooftop, this will be very small tree, and this is very convenient to management and convenient to harvest. Everything is very convenient. And the rooftop, because the wind flow, we cannot put the long tree. So grafted mango tree is very suitable for our rooftop, and we are practicing this one. And we are providing the how to make the grafted mango technology through our 90-minute school. So it's very easy for growing.
Thank you. So, Mr. Mahalok's actually another question, and I like to ask to Gary that what is the minimum investment? Is there any minimum investment for vertical farming? Do you think?
Well, yes, there is a form of investments that you have to put in. We call it the capex, capital investment, capital expenditure. So minimum, we're talking about like $25,000 to start with. For example, if let's say you are somewhere not in Malaysia, and of course, recommended will be at least 1,200 square foot of space, so that you are able to produce approximately 1,000 kilos. That's around 1 ton of vegetables, to be able to cover back the expenses later on. So yeah, if you ask, how do you start small from there? So we do recommend, that you acquire our big-grow tower, which is the residential model if you have not grown something before, vertically speaking. So start something with that small, and then you work from there. Our recommendation is always like acquire that one tower, start growing vertically at home, and then get 4 towers, increase to 4 towers. Why 4 towers? Because you are able to do rotational basis. Yeah. Because tower number one, you harvest week 1. Tower number 2 harvest at week 2. Tower number 3 harvest at week 3. Tower number 4 harvest at week 4. When it comes to week number 5, which means tower number 1 is already regrown. Yeah. So you can have those rotational practice, with all these individual towers. And after that, once you have actually cultivated the habit of rotational basis, then go for another few more towers, which comes up to 10 towers. Residential. Why do we keep on increase the towers? Because right now you are able to grow different crops, different varieties. Understand this. Every single variety have their own characteristic. None of them are the same. Okay, they may have same families, but you have to understand these families have different characteristic, different consumption, different way of cultivation. So once you understand all these characteristics, then only talk about commercial farming, or else you will end up disastrous, or else you will definitely fail big time. Yeah, that's only for the production of farming part. Then second of all, when it comes to business part, some people actually ask, of course, what crops to grow, to profit. You have to do your market research. That's number one. What is your market actually demanding from you? Does it mean that you grow something that is premium and then your market actually wants it from you? Not necessarily. A lot of times, being promoted like, okay, you grow lettuce, for example. Well, lettuce, someone wants it, but is your market wanting those lettuce? If let's say your market does not want those lettuce, don't grow it. Or else you grow those lettuces, no one is going to buy. All your lettuces will perish, and you will be dumping tons of lettuces, and losing money. So you have to take all this into consideration.
So thank you, Gary, for your explanation. So do you like to recommend any particular value-added crops for vertical farming?
Well, as a start, of course, go by easy crops. Go by cash crops. Those that is easy for you to cultivate first. So develop those from the foundation. After that, once you have already captured the market research that you have done, to the data that you have, the customer segments that want from you, only then you grow from there. That's my recommendation. Yeah, do not go for the money first, please. Don't go for the money first. Go for something that is easy for you to establish.
To make you confident. To make you confident. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes.
So I like to pick one question from India, actually, Mr. Thomas. He like to know how to solve unforeseen water leakage from roof. So I think it's a very common question that probably watering and water leakage could be a potential problem in rooftop gardening. So Dr. Jamal, do you like to respond?
Yeah. Actually, in Bangladesh, major season is 2. One is rainy season and another is winter season. So in the winter season, we have scarcity of water. So we are using a lot of water from our underground water. And the rainy season, we have lot of water. And we are thinking, our government is thinking that we will preserve this water underground and then reuse of this water for the rooftop growing. And interesting thing is, the small top or drum everywhere, that is drum, we have a lot of amount of water because heavy sunshine. We have to 2 or 3 times we have to water it. But new technology we have learned from Gary, that is we have a lot of technologies that is minimize how to minimize the water with the modern technology like as drip irrigation or furrow irrigation, drip irrigation or timing setup, everything, so we can minimize our water uses in our rooftop gardening. So this is very easy now to maintain the watering system, water loss, or to reduce the water loss, to increase the water efficiency. We have the technologies now. So rooftop is very, during the Gary's presentation, we have learned a lot of things. That is the vertical gardening. All are adaptable in the rooftop gardening in the rooftop. So I think that it's very easy, better to maintain the water and to reduce the water loss and to reduce to increase the water efficiency in the rooftop garden. Very easy now.
Yeah, Dr. Jamal, you rightly mentioned that actually rooftop gardening and vertical farming, it is match one to another, and it can run simultaneously.
Actually, Gary's presentation is very interlinked with rooftop gardening. Very interlinked. Yeah, this is very
true.
In Dhaka City also, the vertical gardening is very day by day very increasing in Bangladesh.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'd like to pick another question from Mr. Asai Thambi, that his question or remarks, I can say rather it's a remark that the farming is not a profitable unless it approaches to or it moves to a business. So the question to Gary, that could you elaborate this opinion or these remarks? Are you agree with this?
Yes, by all means. Just as I have mentioned before, in the presentation, there are business principles that you have to factor in, first before you start off with something, because you have to understand, farming is just like manufacturing. The moment when you set up a factory, you have started your expenses. The water pipe is already turned on. So every single month, whether you like it or not, all these operational expenses is already there waiting for you. You have to pay the rentals, you have to pay the water, electricity, you have to pay staff, you have to pay this and pay that. So where are you going to get the money to pay all these things? So you have to be profitable in order for you to, pay all these expenses. So how can you be profitable? So it comes to the principles, with all these business models that to incorporate in.
Thank you. Dr. Jamal, actually, I have one question to you, that you presented about the Spirulina, the blue-green algae. And I know personally that it is growing a very good business, particularly getting interest by the youth people in Dhaka city, and many people actually interested on the Spirulina. So why do you think that it has so popularity and potential as an agribusiness enterprise in Bangladesh?
Actually, spirulina is a superfood. Protein percent is more than 50%. It is very high nutritious, and sometimes we can call it that it is the remedy of all kinds of diseases. So it is very useful throughout the world. In Bangladesh, it is new, but in 80s it started by Science Lab, but they failed to continue. So what was the problem? That is, they are making the open air. But now our thinking is spirulina will be produced in the rooftop, and it is a confined technology. No scope to infestation in the others LGs. So if we can produce this spirulina in the rooftop, that is, we have enough space just using the aquaponics system. In the aquaculture, we are producing that is spirulina. So in the small bucket, we are producing a lot of benefits because spirulina is a high value crops. So if someone produce this one and sell, in Bangladesh it is a high demandable crops. So
So
if someone
can you tell me about the benefit cost ratio of this spirulina? Because as far I know, if you compare the investment with return, it could be a very potential enterprise. So can you give some data or figure?
I have I have 5 years. Last 5 years I've been working here. That is, the production rate. 1 liter water, you can get the 1 grams spirulina. 1 gram spirulina is about in Bangladesh now 10 to 15 taka. So it is very high price. So this is Gary's presentation. I found that normal conventional technique, the production of vegetables in the vertical garden 120 times increase their production. Like this is 100 times benefit. That is, if you use this 1 taka, $1, then you get the $100 in return. So it is very high quality, high demandable and high price crops, spirulina. So that spirulina is a superfood. So demand is day by day increasing. So someone is if interested to grow the spirulina, then we are making the training. During this period, I have made a lot of entrepreneurs. They are producing the spirulina in Bangladesh and they are selling online. So I think that is a good opportunity for spirulina production or spirulina cultivation, or be a spirulina entrepreneur in Bangladesh condition.
Thank you, Jamal. So, Gary, I think your vertical farming technologies and the business, I think it's a very encouraging to many of us. So, do you have any plan for further dissemination to other, say, APO member countries or Asia Pacific countries through collaboration or dissemination your method?
Yes, we are looking for serious partners, by forming an international strategic alliance partnership, to achieve the ultimate goal together in creating sustainable urban farming for mankind to pave the way for the next generation to come.
Thank you very much. So I believe that our viewers who are looking for emerging technologies and innovative technologies, definitely they may feel interest to communicate with Gary or Dr. Jamal for their technical supports and other sort of collaboration. So one question I received from Ms. Dina Akhtar, probably from Bangladesh, to Dr. Jamal. How can freshers, I think she meant the graduates, engage themselves with urban farming for commercial purpose?
This is the crucial problem in Bangladesh. That is, graduates, they do not get the job in present situation, especially in pandemic condition. So all the graduates are trying to be entrepreneur. So there is a scope to grow their vegetables, fruits in the rooftop. That is, if you can produce the only lettuce in the rooftop under Gary's technology or convenient technology, then they can produce the lettuce or other salad vegetables or condiments, and they can sell it local market through online business. So I think that graduates, if they have the space, or they can rent the rooftop. If they can rent the rooftop, they can start spirulina or other vegetable cultivation, and they can sell it through online business. And this is very profitable because in Bangladesh, the vegetables and others very high price in Dhaka city. So they can produce in the rooftop and they can sell it to the local market. I hope that
Thank you.
they can visit rooftop gardening.
Thank you very much. I am sure that Dr. Jamal, you can do a lot of things in this area to encourage the graduates to involve these new agri-enterprise businesses and related factors. So I think your 19 minutes schooling, not only that, even through your network, you can also support the agriculture graduates or the other technical graduates. So I received one question, very interesting question from Ms. Hana Saito, the Japan Agriculture News. And her question, I think this goes to both of you. And the question is how the government, Malaysian and Bangladeshi governments, provide financial support for vertical farming. And I think not only the financial support, even I think you can also elaborate the policy by your respective governments, how to encourage the vertical and the urban farming. So first I ask Gary if you share the Malaysian government views in this area.
Yes, yes. In Malaysia, we do have grants, for the agripreneurs, for example, being provided. But by far, we were, if I'm not mistaken, we were back then, a few years ago, the first one to be able to receive such a grant for vertical farming rooftop. For rooftop in Malaysia. So because that time when we first started off, there's no such thing as vertical farming in Malaysia, and we actually pioneered the vertical farming industry here in Malaysia, and we were the first one to receive such a grant, But it was very hard to get that grant because again there was no precedence, there was no example. We started off from scratch, and right now we have quite a number of urban vertical farmers popping up here and there here in Malaysia.
How about Dr. Jamal in Bangladesh government?
Bangladesh is a very positive views of Bangladesh government. Department of Agriculture Extension. Department of Agriculture Extension, they have a very big project of rooftop gardening. That is, they are providing their technology, they are providing their demonstration, and they are providing irrigation systems and everything. And their technical knowledge also they are providing, and they are providing the that is training also for rooftop gardening. So Bangladesh government is very positive because our government Prime Minister also said that is one a rooftop is a farm. So rooftop, our government Prime Minister also encouraging this situation to make the rooftop gardening as a rooftop agriculture. So this is a very good scope, and I think that is bank also, different banks also, they are providing loans for rooftop gardening with single digit interest.
Yeah, and I think I can just like to add with you that so far I know the Dhaka City Corporation, they also have some policy. They are encouraging the apartment owners that if someone is use the rooftop gardening, they will provide some service, less service charge, right?
Yeah.
The city corporation commission they can reduce. Yeah. So I think that is also very encouraging, and so I'd like to ask one question to Gary as well. That Gary, do you think that small-scale urban farming is more expensive than traditional agricultural operations from the initial investment perspective? So how to minimize this problem, or how we can address these things? If you feel this statement is correct.
Well, in a way that you have to understand which comes first and which comes next. So it's a chicken and egg kind of thing. Yes, for rooftop or urban vertical farming, because when you are doing vertical farming, so you requires materials, all right? So at the end of the day, it's initial investments. But after that, your initial investments all paid off, with the production, that you are not being affected, by other external environments or factors, for example. So eventually, it depends on what you actually want to see. If you want to go by land farming, it's cheaper that way to start off, then by all means. But if let's say you want to really start off with urban farming, especially urban vertical farming, so there is a capital investments. But I would assure you, once you are able to pull that off, then after all this capital expenditure has been paid off, So you only need to worry about your operation expenses, and that alone, your operation expenses can be lowered on the point that your profit margin can be higher as compared. Because why? You do not need to have tractors, you do not have to introduce a lot of pesticides, for example, or any other equipment that conventional farming needs.
Thank you. I just like to pick the last question from Al Hilal. The question is, how can we incorporate the organic agriculture farming system in green farming? So maybe Dr. Jamal, you like to respond?
Actually, in good agriculture practice, we are practicing this organic farming, but it will take time because we have not enough scope the organic insecticide or fungicides. But we are trying making that is like it's neem coil, neem oil powder, and soap water, and all kinds of effective microorganism using in the soil. So organic farming is a crucial issue for in Bangladesh and throughout the world, and we are trying to reduce the use of chemicals. We want to reduce the insecticide fungicides, and we want to increase the effective microorganism in soil, and we are using a lot of homemade organic homemade materials to control the insect and diseases. So this is a scope because we are eating these vegetables without organic. We cannot say the food is safe for our health. So this is the crucial issue. We are facing the challenge, and we are working with all of the rooftop gardeners that we have to produce all kinds of vegetables and fruits in organically, and it is our challenge. But we are trying.
Thank you. So, Gary, do you like to add anything regarding this question, or you can add anything for the urban agriculture perspective in the future trend or anything? Your last comment, anything?
Yeah, I mean, like add on to the organic farming, even for vertical farming as well. So most of the time, when we talk about vertical farming or hydroponics, it's always using the chemical or synthetic nutrients, to grow the food. For our case, we are using organic matters with probiotics, effective microorganisms, to grow the food organically, vertically speaking. So you can actually produce even better than organic, I would say, because why? We talk about sustainability, something that is very important, to factor in, before we talk about organic, and other things. So how do we create sustainability first? That's more important.
Thank you very much. Yes. So, Dr. Jamal, do you have any final comments to our audience to encourage the urban agriculture or the future trend? Anything you like to give any comment?
I am requesting all the audience, let's make our world greenery. We have to plant more plants because we have need oxygens. So we have to plant more plants. So let's try to make our world green. Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you again. Thank you to all the viewers to joining the APO Productivity Talk. Unfortunately, this session has come to an end. And of course, I'd like to thank Dr. Jamal and Mr. Gary for your valuable time and joining with us and sharing your thoughts, and particularly such an important issue, which is getting more and more interest, and by the policymakers, by the individuals, by the society, by the communities, and obviously in the coming years, this urban agriculture could be a potential agri-enterprise sector in the mainstream agriculture. So I like to request viewers to join the upcoming APO productivity talks. And until then, thank you and see you again. So thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.